Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're here with Oscar. he's good. He's good. Not a day went by where I didn't ask myself what my dad must have been like. Mom never said a word about him, so I always allowed myself to dream a bit. Not much. See, I was told that told the legend of the Minotaur. The whole thing with the king, the queen, and the bull, and the Greek boys and girls sent to the labyrinth. I guess I never let myself stray much from it. So, you spend your life thinking your dad must have been some sort of fucked in the head monster, assuming he ever had much of a mind in the first place. You grew up with that idea, right? And everyone makes damn sure you're reminded of it every day. Or people keep telling you, what they think your mom did on some farm somewhere. Day in, day out, it never stops. So, forgive me if I act like a piece of shit, alright? It's just, I always assumed that that's what my papa must have been, so I'd better follow his lead. And as of late, though, I'm having a change of heart. Maybe it's the paperclip and breaking recursion. Maybe it's getting a taste of what city life is like. Or it might just be me getting over my fear of elevators. But I reckon it's because of you. You'd laughed at me if I told you just how good it feels to carry a key and unlock a door. But it's true, I never had many chances to enjoy just how nice a clicking door feels. Neither did I ever get to see what being on a building 7th floor is like, much less feel the coast's breeze on my fur. Though, if I'm being honest, there were a lot of other things I wasn't expecting. For instance, when you said we were going to your place, I never imagined you wouldn't have a bed, or that your living room was only a couch, a TV with a chair in front of it, and a video game. Wow. Okay. I also kind of hoped it wouldn't be with you spending the whole day on that couch wearing the same clothes for a whole week, or with a huge stinking cheese grease stain on the wall. I'm not complaining though, I love it here. You've done so much for me, I just hope I didn't have a hand in making you like this. I'm back, Pedro! Hi. There was a delay. Things getting rough in your head, I reckon. Eyes shut tight, sitting on the couch, looking like you had been there for the entire time I was out. I can see now that kind of weighs on your back. Kind of weights on your back, okay. I figured you just got moodier from the trip to the hinterlands at first, but I guess you got troubles of your own. Man, do I. Man, do you. Home hit you like a truck. You didn't touch the video game any more than just showing me how to play it, but it feels wrong when you're so miserable, sitting there looking out into empty space. I can see your eyes going dull when you scout for jobs online, or when you send emails about that fellowship thing you talked up. It breaks me when your voice cracks up after spending a whole day quiet, only speaking when your dad phones just to yell at you. I wish I could punch him for doing that. You stood up to greet me like every movement would make you cry. But your eyes were just tired, blank. I got the groceries and your medicine. Extended release bupropion? Right? Yeah. Sorry for... You didn't look at me when you took the bag, or mutter loud enough for me to hear. You never thought twice about chugging those down in front of me when you were in the hinterlands. Now you take them like you'd die if I saw it. I'm not stupid. I researched it on the computer. You're not much, there's not much use hiding it now. You shouldn't need to. We're friends, aren't we? We put the groceries away together. After taking a can out of the bag, you just stared at it on the counter like it was taking everything in you to remember where it should go. I let you take your time. How did the interview go? Great, but I ain't sure it's gonna work out. The owner's fine with me taking the baker position, but I'm afraid of leaving my fur all over the dough. I don't want his business closing down just because of me. I thought maybe if there was something you could do. Unless there's some magic to stop my fur from falling in the food. Afraid there isn't, kid. So many people used to call me kid back in the hinterlands, but I don't think it was ever meant in a nice way. I suppose that isn't too bad coming from someone like you, though. It's alright. I got paid for carrying, Miss, Floors? Floors, okay. I hope that's pronounced right. Furniture upstairs, but I got another interview lined up with the gas station across the street. They need someone for the graveyard shift. I'm sure it's gonna go good, but I also called the music store, and they might have a position in a month or two, because one of the clerks is pregnant. I could take the gas station gig till that's available. I bet you'll like the music store. You'll be messing around with the instruments in no time, won't you? Damn straight. Only reason I won't steal them is because you won't let me. Smart kid. Stealing's wrong. But what about the Hail Mary mug? It's different when I do it. Yo, facts. I went and stood shoulder to shoulder with him. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Speaking of, you want me to brew you some coffee? I'm afraid that won't be possible. Why? Dad broke the pot last night. Oh. And left the grease stain on the wall too. So, the fuck even happened? I was in the restroom when he saw the cheese, and I think it triggered some bad memories from his childhood in the hinterlands. Said I'm going crazy just like his dad, then slammed the mocha pot on the counter so hard it won't unscrew now. Then he threw the damn cheese against the wall. Well, fuck. It was a damn good cheese, too. It stunk the whole kitchen. I thought I'd had it so bad with my mom, but I'd rather have her indifference any day over your dad's rage. Once, though, you showed me a video you took of your Gramps before he passed. He had so much warmth in his eyes, he felt like a cartoon. He was as real as it got, though. Real enough that you watched that video over and over again for a few hours after you showed me. Well, your dad's fucked in the head. You sure we hadn't changed the lock? We shouldn't change the locks. He'd just kick it open if I do. Plus, getting a locksmith here would be too much of a hassle. You say that about everything. Is there a single goddamn thing that ain't a hassle for you? Look, things are annoying. Look at what you've done. Why do you gotta go and kick him while he's down? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. It's alright, I know. We could try again in a few months, you know. We save up some money and go back. It's time we, this time with disguises or something. Maybe rent a place for a week. That way no one will be able to snitch on us. No, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Then what is? I just wanna, help. You just given up on finding the hotel. I'm sure we'd have found it if we had just a little more time. You just you were just staring at the empty wall, and then you slumped on the couch like your strings had been cut. It still didn't look at me, like just lifting your head was too much. It hurt to see you like that. Not if it doesn't exist. And saving up money won't be a simple task either. I look up what your pills were on your computer, right? And then I looked up some ways you've been acting, tried learning some things about how to treat a man in your position. A lot of it went over my head, but patience always seems key, along with respecting boundaries. That's the least I could do after you did so much for me. I went and sat beside you. I looked at you, and you didn't move. I often ask myself what you do, or tell me to do, if you were back to your usual self. Earlier today, I signed up for school. That's the plan on the other side. There's a place on the other side of town doing night classes for folks who ain't finished high school. And they got some neat metalwork classes too. They even helped folks get internships. You sunk deeper into the cushion. Jesus Christ, what now? I thought that wasn't the kind of high school experience you wanted. Well, yeah, it ain't. But it still works. Plus, the nicer places take too much time out of the day, and I gotta keep a job if I want to help you pay the bills. You shouldn't be worrying about that. I promised I'd help you. The money should be going towards your savings. No, stop that. I'll do what I want with my money, including helping you. So much for being a responsible adult. Another lesson you taught me in that. Sometimes even responsible adults need responsible. Okay. You say that like you weren't the only adult to even give a shit about me. I'm sorry. I just don't think I'm good enough. You're all the good I ever asked for, though. Even as you slumped like a rag doll, you looked as tense as a spring. Maybe I couldn't do what a hedge shrinker can, but I can do what friends do, I think. For a bird, you were heavy, but maybe it was just all the dark shit in your head, making it hard to hug you. I squeezed you as hard as I damn well could. It's okay. You're okay. It took some time, but you wrapped your arms around me too. We stayed like that for I don't know how long. I hope it was long enough. I know how hard things are, and I knew this is probably wouldn't help a lot in the long run. But I wanted you to know that I was there for you. I still am. Ah, they're great. Best characters in this game. That night, gentle sleep welcomed both the Minotaur and you, each in your own bed. The morning, however, would prove to be not so kind. From the depths of the valley came the foreman's meandering song. Asterion had rolled his eyes and snorted at the sound. You, meanwhile, had finished your coffee and steeled yourself for yet another encounter with the snake. Down the stairs. Out the valley entrance. Standing at last beneath those looming statues once more. What a cheerful lad. As soon as you feel the sun beating down upon your face, the snake leaps up to greet you. Master, my lord and liege, I've done it. What have you done this time? My purpose, my missions, my life's mission. I thought it all rendered moot since you received the foul armband of yours. But I found it anew. I had a vision, nothing less than divine wisdom shining upon its bestial mind of mine. And can you guess what I saw? I can only... Of course it is! What else could it be? Related to a snake, okay. You know, if you'd only let go of this fixation on him, you could probably lead a decent life. I'm sure we can find better things for you to spend your life on. You could carve little wooden statues, or build a nice house out here, or write some poems and songs. You could even practice and get better at playing the flute. There is more to life than just torturing people. You hold your tongue. No, listen here. You need to hear what my vision was about. I dreamt of Pandora when she opened her infamous box to unleash all sorts of unpleasant things upon the world. Pestilence, war, hunger, every sort of misery which humans are forced to bear. And yet one thing remained inside, a tiny sprite which could not escape before the box was sealed. Hope. Hope, sire, because that's the ultimate torture. For as long as there is hope, there is the chance to be disappointed, broken down, humiliated once more. You see what I'm getting at, don't you? I'll give the hybrid hope, so that he may suffer anew. Bless the Olympians, and bright-eyed Athena above all. It is thanks to her guidance that I could see it. Argos twists, coils, and hugs himself like a boy about to unwrap his birthday gifts. Okay, sure, you'll give Asterion hope, and surely that will bring about untold suffering. Genius, Argos. What an incredible mind you possess. Your words only sent him into further paroxysm of joy. Ah, the Master's praise! Thank you. It's your approval that I crave. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Just how do you plan on giving Asterion hope? Will you send him an apology letter or something? The end of his tail bats against the ground as his smile grows wider. Oh, no, sire. My plans are far greater. And you, my lord and liege, you shall be my accomplice. Bold of you to assume I could be convinced to take any part in this plan of yours. You can and you will, given the right incentive. Tell me, what do you know about the trial of the Olympians held to discuss Asterion's fate? Just that he was sentenced by the gods because of the way he died. I'm afraid I didn't get much more than that out of him. The snake scoffs and shakes his head, as though admonishing your ignorance. So little, so very little. Though I suppose that does make sense, considering the defendant was not even present. Wait, that's not fair at all. You can't defend yourself like that. Precisely. And that, my lord, is what the Olympians wanted. Can you imagine? To grow up being told you, descended from the gods themselves, that they are the ancestors. To worship them, offering only your sincerest piety, while holding to all of their teachings, to spend half your life guarding a temple to one of them, as well as its sacred relics. And then at last, to be condemned by them, sentenced to a trial you were not present for, to suffer every terrible torture imaginable. Far away from all you know is life, or even death, forevermore. I can't imagine how it must weigh upon his mind. But there's a secret here. Asterion doesn't know what the trial was like. But I do. And I will share some of it with you. He slithers in close, his tongue flickering out of his dry mouth. His eyes glinting with malicious delight, pin you in place. Take Hades of the underworld, his precious lord of good counsel, known for not meddling in the affairs of Olympus. A silent one he may be, but he sent a letter extolling Asterion's virtues and summarily rebuting all accusations. And about Lady Hestia, daughter of lovingly haired Rhea. She called him her finest worshipper, voted in his favor, and even wished to bless him. Perhaps that fine mirror I gave you, Hestia's inheritance, we could say it is precisely that blessing. And Hermes, on my wing-sandaled Hermes. I cannot forget his words. Argos draws himself up to strike the theatrical pose. His voice takes on a dramatic lilt? Okay. As though it was him, as though it was he himself pleading Asterion's case before the gods. You throw suffering upon suffering on them, make them toil until their bones cannot take any longer, and then spit on their graves for good measure. Too much! Come on, have some mercy. So my vote, let the hybrid stay in Hades. When he finishes, he glances your way, perhaps expecting you to applaud in his little performance. In fact, my lord, the trial ended in a tie, split right down the middle. Lord Zeus and Athena themselves had to break the tie. Even then, Lord Hermes managed to play a trick on them. That healing wine the bull likes so much, all the loopholes you've been abusing, as if the gods' decree meant nothing. Hestia's mirror, Hades' statue, all those things the Minotaur cherishes. It was Lord Hermes who snuck them into the realm, as opposition to Athena's plan. And if you doubt me, I can prove it. I have the transcription with me. I do. So listen here. You will take them with you and show them to the hybrid you will. He will see that the gods, half of them, did not abandon him. Argos moves closer still, close enough to sling an arm around your shoulder. A shoulder of revulsion runs down your spine. A shudder of revulsion, and it takes all of the willpower you have not to shove him away. Oh, Master Mr. Josh, I can already see it. The bull spent thousands of years thinking he was lower than dirt, forsaken by all. But with his discovery, he'll live, dream, and hope, setting the stage for disappointment all over again. It's the perfect plan. And you will do it. And just what makes you think I'll help you set a stairline up like that? You will, because what greater gift could there be? I can see plain as day that you hold great, deep affection for him. Never has there been a master so, shall we say, kind. I cannot fathom why you nurture those emotions, but if you care for him so much, you will do this. Release him from this world, from his wound that's been eating away at his mind for thousands of years. Show him that he was not abandoned and that he did deserve better. And then, perhaps not during my lifetime, but one day, the stage will be set for his destruction. The snake slithers over to one of the statues. Poseidon's, you infer from the trident in his grasp. He rifles around at its base, and just out of your sight, and finally draws himself upright once more with 3 pieces of parchment in his grasp. Slowly, actually, I think I'll end the part here. That seems like a decent place. Well, I'll see you around, everyone.